Oh my God, what's going on YouTube? How y'all doing? Hey, live watch party. Truth be told, I think they had Ali Carter on their show once again. Hey, you know I'm into this, so y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's see what this thing is, because it's 2 hours. Okay, let me tell y'all right now. While it's rolling, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. It's a 2 hour video. I don't know if I'm gonna be on here for 2 hours, but shout out to she came to the channel and said what's up.
But you know what I'm saying, look, let me let you know,
Miracle.
It has not started yet. Here's the screen right here, okay?
It ain't started.
For those of you all that don't know, my name is Miracle Sims. I'm the host and
what's
curator
up,
here
girl?
of GSL. Look, I like to start things on time myself, so I'm here. I'm here on time, right? But as you guys can see, the chat is going crazy over there on Rumble right now.
Okay.
The fact that y'all are here as well, like that's crazy. Some of y'all was here since like noon or something crazy like that. So shout out to y'all, man. Salute and shout out to you all. I see love for Ali all around the world, man.
Yeah. I could have went straight to Rumble, but since we here, y'all don't mind. Let's see what Miracle got to say while they getting this together. I'm going to use the bathroom.
I'm like, who are these people? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all know who GSL is. I mean, if you're paying any attention, y'all know who I am. Y'all know who GSL is. You know, I'm not hiding nothing X, Y, and Z, but there's a lot of nameless, faceless people that got so much to say, man. And I'm like, who are these people? Why are you so invested? That's what I want to hear, but I would love to hear what you guys want to hear. Let me see, y'all. I don't know if I can go all the way back up to the beginning of the comments, but as you guys can see, no, it has not started yet. So can you guys see the Truth Be Told screen? I'll make it large and everything when they start going live and whatnot, and I'll just excuse myself so y'all can tune in and whatnot. But as y'all can see, no, they are not live yet. But it's here and available for you. So shout out to those of you all that are here. Hopefully this helps and everything like that. Awesome. Okay, great. I see people say they are invested in the truth. Okay. Someone says I would like to see that some people who are abused Ali are arrested. Yeah, that would be good. To see some justice in that regards to that. You're welcome for those that are thanking me for this. I mean, hey, I just put it out here to y'all. I said, hey, should we do a watch party? Y'all said yes overwhelmingly. So here I am. I know it's kind of late and I got to get up early in the morning, but hey, I'm here. I mean, I was going to be watching anyway, right? Supporting my girl or whatnot, but you know, I might as well share it with y'all because I know I've seen so many comments. People are like, oh, where is it going to be? And all this different type of stuff. And I tried to share the links and stuff, but I'm like, all right, well, since y'all are cool, I said, we'll do a watch party, man. Look, make it up. Look, one of our truth and tinfoil parties or something like that. I don't know. Y'all got your tinfoil hats. I don't have my little wrap today. But yes, you all are welcome, man. Look, let's see. Oh, thank you guys for yes, thank you. Yes, keep me in prayer. Someone says arrest them all, please. Listen, right. It would be nice for something to be done on my good sis Ali behalf. Hey Aisha, hey girl. Listen, I mean, hey, you know, just trying to do my part, and you know, if this helps some of y'all see it easily, then cool. You know what I'm saying? I might have to, because I don't know if they're going to do ads and stuff like they did last time. And I'm thinking that's what.
I came back to let y'all know. It is cold. It's I don't know what outside. And I got on flip-flops and my foot is hurting. So I got one shoe off. One sock off. Yeah, let's see. All right. Okay, let's see what this is right here. I think something great
stuff. But I'll bring it back. I'll bring the screen back. Y'all see this in the community? Y'all have to read like what this guy has going on. But let me read it for y'all.
Okay.
I said this. I said, just in case anyone needs a reminder of the kind of things we're standing against, this is what happened. It says a former Carroll County teacher faces new charges in addition to existing child molestation charges. Warrant says he abused a 13-year-old for over 4 months, including inappropriate touching, grabbing her by the neck, and telling her no one else can have you but me. He is held without bond. Apparently his name is Rico. Y'all can see his whole name in our community. Listed every time. Every time well, don't get me wrong. I know
okay.
When it comes to my son and his education, I don't think I made the wrong decision at all for us to be able to, do our virtual public school situation. So far, so good, right? Of course, y'all know NJ. If you watch this channel, y'all know him. He all over the place sometimes, and every now and then I'll be like, "Ooh, this is a little tough," because I'm his learning coach, right? But in those moments when I be like, should I send this boy to school? I see another random thing like that to remind me, you know what, Miracle? Nah. Nah. So yeah, okay, friends. I know y'all like y'all want to hear about this. If you can see on the screen, it has not started yet. All right. As soon as it starts, I'm making the thing big. I'm going away. Y'all can watch it. X, Y, and Z. I'll come back. Commercials, X, Y, and Z. So no, it has not started yet. I mean, I try to start on time. And so that's why I'm here on the time that they said they was gonna be. But as you can see, they have not started yet. Who knows? They might be doing some things behind the scenes. Maybe Ali's logging in. I don't know. But yeah, the screen is blurry. Do you mean the screen for the video?
Oh my God!
Like this, truth be told, it looks blurry to you.
I'm skipping when I see something different. I'm trying to I'm skipping, trying to get this thing started. Because this thing is 2 hours. I can't see it for no 2 hours. My back will start hurting. Okay, she's still putting something up there. Okay, here we go now. And then they're going to talk.
They're saying the same thing. I have these people attacking me. Okay. I have people coming against me. After I spoke out. Of course they are. They don't want you to speak out. Well, shame on the people that are.
Well, first of all, they're not coming after you. They just chatting or putting in their 2 cents. Are they coming to your door, knocking on the door? Shoot, I would love to speak out then. Come to my door. In fact, after I speak out, I'll give you my address. Come to my door, please. They know who to mess with and who not to mess with. You better sneak up on me because you come to my door. May I help you?
Are coming against people because 80% of all sex crimes are not reported. Why are they not reported? Because people are afraid to speak out. They're going to be under attack. We're in a country that's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but that's not the way it is for victims. It's guilty until proven innocent, and that's wrong. These people are wrong for what they're doing.
I agree. And I think that is 100% what people need to hear. You heard it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Beverly with her own personal account. So this thing's personal to her for sure. She's experienced this just as many of you have. It has to end, and it's time to start burning this thing to the ground, Beverly.
Right. And it's about saving the other children that are caught in that trap. I mean, they can't speak out because they're going to have somebody label them as crazy, label them as a liar. They're going to have somebody that's going to come and attack them for speaking on something that's hurting them. When do we stand up for the kids, for the children? When do we step in and say, hey, we need to stop this? Because there are generations that are coming up later on, and this situation's already so bad, it's pitiful. I mean, every street corner you look at, it's there. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere, and it's just going to get worse if people don't stop putting a block up for the victims that are trying to say, "Hey, this is happening to people. This happened to me."
Right, and as people are going to see tonight, that there are people who actively are blocking that. There are people who have a lot to lose with something like this. And when I say a lot to lose, they have a lot to lose because they are involved in it, and it will be revealed why they are involved in it, and the purpose that they have out there of getting people together is to stop it. Because when you have something like this that's developed and been out there for years, going on 6 years with this since the bonnet video, and now it gets cooled down, and then now it's back in the forefront again, especially when we have here with Trump into the administration, the Epstein files, and everything that's being hidden still. There's a lot of people out there with a lot to lose, and I believe that it's going to start crumbling some of these institutions and these networks that we have been actively scurrying to dig into, and more of that comes out to us as we dive into this. So it's going to be time for the chickens to come home to roost, so to speak. And I think that as we've been even in this, and especially even through my own thoughts and my own end here, if there was something that's to ignore here and it's false, then why come after the people looking into it? It's to discredit us. It's to make us stop because you get enough coming at you. You don't want to have to deal with the pain and the irritation and all of the problems that they cause, so that they can make you stop looking at it. And that's why I think that this is a very interesting case, because of that. And so we're going to be digging into that tonight. You guys have put together some stuff here tonight. So I'm going to do something real quick. I got to go ahead and throw out our sponsors right here, and then we're going to move on to that. So let me go ahead and hit that up, guys. I know that even as we speak here all the time, I'm always telling you that, we get all this doom and gloom stuff here, and we're even watching our country. Some good things are happening, some great things are happening, but some really bad things have occurred. And obviously, we're still watching people trying to actively tear us down and put us into civil war. You have the companies that are participating in this. That's why every time you turn on the news, it's like, wow, everything just seems hopeless. It seems doom and gloom. It seems like there's no breaking through on these things. And then you get the companies that support those kinds of issues. Well, people are really tired of that. That's why you have to go and use your own votes, your own money to support companies that put themselves out there and support the things that you do. And, you're probably watching this right now on your mobile device. So that's one of the most important things that you have here, even with the big three. So right now you go to patriotmobile.com/battlefront, even clicking on the QR code, scanning the QR codes that appear on the show throughout the night, to go and visit that. Guys, they support the sanctity of life. That's what we're talking about here. Even at the most basic level, the sanctity of life, the life of people to be able to have their God-given rights to thrive and to live and to share a purpose here in the world. They support that. They support your First Amendment rights. They support your Second Amendment rights. Veterans and first responders, they've done it. And they've been doing this since 2012. So every dime that is spent on them, they do take some of that and then they donate to other issues that matter. And that is very important when you're talking about these companies, because the other ones tend to not do that, right? And they have control also of access to the big three towers, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. And you can actively switch between that when you go there. And right now, when you go to patriotmobile.com/battlefront, you can use the code Battlefront and get your first month free. It's time to switch and get away from that. It's time to support the companies that support you, to support getting the problems out of the way and returning our America back to the most great nation that we've been dying to have back. So go there, check it out, patriotmobile.com/battlefront. Scan QR codes and everything doesn't come out tonight. But little housekeeping here, make sure, guys, that you are right now checking out Pickaxe Social. We're live on there right now. The app to this is about to launch here in a couple of short weeks. And why is this such an important thing that I'm telling you all the time on here about Pickaxe Social? Well, that's because you are actively stopped on X. How many of you go all the time? You're sharing stuff like this program. You're out there trying to raise a shout against all of the human trafficking, against all of the trash that's been happening in your world today, and experiences that you have, and you're throttled because they have their tiers and their levels that make it to where you can't be seen because you're not safe for their advertisers, but they keep you around just long enough to use their AI and develop that, gathering your information. That's why Pickaxe this. He was so
excited for tonight.
Oh, there we go, y'all. It's time. Let me see.
Hey guys.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Okay. 15
so excited
minutes
for
in.
tonight.
15 minutes in.
Well, I'm too. So obviously, I'm going to go here and I'm going to switch out of the driver's seat, and Beverly is going to take over. And we got some stuff here that Beverly has been working on as out here and on the side here. Let's go ahead and get that going. Beverly, it's all you.
Yes, sir. Well, I think that first off, we were going to go and talk about moms. And, you know, there's the age-old story in the Bible, and 1 Kings chapter 3, that talks about mom and a mom fighting over this one particular baby. And the king ruled who was really the mom by their actions, you know, because he was going to cut the child in half. One was all for it. One was no. It was obvious that the mom was
oh my God,
the one that loved the child. And we have videos that I think you have.
Wow. Did y'all ever hear that story in the Bible? That story almost made me cry, especially the way the pastor that was preaching it said it. Can you imagine? Yeah. Now I'm the mother. I'm gonna cut the baby in half. All right, they're gonna cut him in half. I take half the baby. Doesn't that sound stupid? Even though it's just a story. But the real mother is like, oh, HI double hockey stick. No, the other mother was like, bullshit. Nah, hey, I love my daughter. I want her to at least live, even if she got to live without me. Boom. That's the mom right there.
So basically, you want to go first to the one from
I think
Miss
so,
Outlaw,
yes, sir.
right, LaRonda?
That will work.
All right, let's go ahead and show.
It's cold in here, man. I had to turn the heat on. It's cold.
Do you see what happened when you didn't listen to me? I told you to stay your ass at home where you were safe at. Okay? And because I wouldn't hand you sex, drugs, and alcohol, you went out there to the streets and let somebody like Shelly Carter hand you all this crazy shit. Now God. Look at you once again. I said it before and I'm saying it again. Look at you once again. You out here with nothing. You have nothing. You will never have nothing. You don't have a decent life. Tori, you have allowed this predator, your pimp, Shelly Carter, this sick, twisted, old ass, damn near 60-year-old predator, white, crazy, wicked devil into voodoo cult.
Listen to how she
demonic
talk.
Shit. Get a hold of you and control you. You chose this shit, Tori. You chose it. You chose it. And I'm irritated. I'm pissed that I have to set my life aside. My whole day yesterday. More paperwork to get this shit into the courts. More.
Okay.
We'll give Ellie a second.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Beverly, there was Miss Outlaw, the biological mother, and in a vulgar rant, obviously, and I'm not one to criticize too many people for swearing. You know, I'm not without it myself, but
it's a time and place for it.
You know, I got one thing that I caught there that maybe none of you did. I don't know, but she referred to you as white. And we always see these people crying racism all the time. I mean, are we in some kind of losing Isaiah situation here?
That's about the one fact that they consistently get right. Yes, I am white. No, I am not 60, but I am white.
But it does not matter if you're white or not.
Right.
I mean, a little bit extra pigmentation in somebody is.
In the summer, I'm a little darker than white, so I don't know. I don't know why that matters, but.
I mean, I have some freckles. Does that qualify me as
we're gonna be talking different.
Yeah, but so is it like a non-qualification to be able to adopt somebody who looks different than you? I mean,
when I was petitioning the courts to get her, petitioning CPS to have her placed, one of the biggest arguments that they gave me was, well, she's Black and you don't know how to do her hair. True, I might not know how to do her hair, but I'm smart enough to figure it out. And if I can't figure it out, I can pay to have it done. Like, you know what I mean? But that's always a big argument of, the white and what about her culture? What you're not going to instill her culture into her. It's a bunch of arguments that mean nothing. But I see how it's used to keep everybody divided.
Golly, that's a shame.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I heard y'all on that one. The argument of white versus Black, and all the other colors of the rainbow.
Oh,
what kills me is when we start to talk about the children that are going through the things that they're going through right now, they're all different races. So if we really wanted to get into Black Lives Matter or what color matters, it's versus who is being a human being. And I know that you guys are going to have this mother to mother conversation, or more like mother to monster, because I know this creature is possibly watching. But when we stop to think who failed as a human being, I don't think that this woman is a biological mother of mine. I think that I was in her possession, as well as other children that were in her possession, and she failed as a human being. That's a big difference. Not only did she fail as a human being of what she was supposed to do, your job as a mother is to nurture and to protect. And I can't speak on that because I'm not a mom, which is something that we're going to get into as well tonight.
She pregnant.
But, just with my auntie eyes on, I would never let someone do to another child what has been done to me and sit back and be silent for years at that. The jump to a white woman shouldn't be taking care of a Black child or vice versa. What about the fact that a woman stepped in to take care of a child that another woman failed to take care of? What about the fact that fathers step in to take care of a child when a man failed to do what they said they were going to do? It takes animals. Animals are better parents sometimes, but an animal can get pregnant. It's one thing to get pregnant, have a child, and be what you call a mother. It's a whole hell of another thing to be a mom, and a real one at that. So it has not a damn thing to do with race.
Well, I have a young man that I adopted. He's grown. I adopted him when he was grown.
Oh,
He's a little darker than I am.
Wow.
Hey, it is what it is. He had nobody. He has a family now. I love him just like he was my child, and I don't even see the color.
Amen.
No,
that's
DNA
part of being a mom. That's when you're a mom.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, do you want to play the next video then?
Yes, sir.
Prepare. You got it.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Allie's mom, Shelly. When CPS finally relented and let her be placed with me, I was seeing a lot of things that I've never seen before. I've worked with a lot of troubled kids, a lot of kids that needed help, but I never saw the behaviors that I was witnessing with Allie. She would be up all night. She was not able to sleep. She would barricade her door to her room. If somebody slammed the door too hard, if somebody dropped a book, her startle reflex was so exaggerated. I knew something was wrong, I was still trying to piece things together. I knew she had been beaten. I knew there was some sexual abuse. Didn't know anything about sex trafficking at that time. Didn't know anything about MK Ultra. I did know a little bit about satanic ritual abuse, but I didn't know that was a thing in this situation, and I didn't know how that would even have fit. I was just seeing a kid with a lot of trauma. When she finally was placed with me and I started seeing that there was sexual abuse and that there was trauma, I thought God brought her into my life to seek justice for her, to stand with her while we brought down every pedophile that had harmed her. So it took me a minute.
A very, very big difference.
Very big difference. Yes,
very big difference.
You could tell a mother to a monster.
And I have my own children, and sometimes they do things that I don't agree with, just like every child in the whole world is going to do things their parents don't agree with every now and again. But I can't imagine ever getting on air and talking that way about my child. I'm not going to judge anybody for what they do, but if you're concerned and worried about someone and you want them to come home, I think it would be more productive to say, hey, I love you. I want you to come home. I want to talk to you. I want to help you. I want to reach out. I see there's a problem here. And I didn't hear that. That's not what I heard. I didn't hear, I saw there was a problem. I saw you were hurting. So I reached out to help you. And that's a huge, huge difference in the two mom talks.
I don't understand how people can't hear the hell that I went through in just that.
Yes.
I don't understand how anybody couldn't hear. If anybody that's watching, have you ever been in a toxic relationship? These people that are helping this mental patient incite violence, have they ever thought for a second, if this is the hell that I hear and this is what's going on in the public, what the hell happens behind closed doors? And if I'm telling you that all this hell happened when I was a child, how do you not hear that? The thing that blows my mind too is this woman showed up in January of 2025. The last time I seen this woman, this creature, this thing, this excuse of a human being, this sad, very disgusting, vile waste of space. The last time I seen this, I was 14 and a half, 15. And she let her boyfriends do so many evil things to me. Let anybody do evil things to me because she used to tell me, I don't get enough money for you. She would get government custody checks for everybody else in her possession. But she didn't get it for me because I wouldn't play along with it. So I was raped in my closet with coat hangers. One of the big reasons why I can't have children now. And I used to beat myself up for. When I turned about 12 or 13, I started asking questions to everybody like, hey, how do you get in trouble? How does it happen for you? Because something's not right. She would lay me over her lap and check my vagina like she was looking for something. And I'm like, what are you looking for? So you know that somebody's hurting me. Even when I was a baby, she used to leave me with this man named Derwin. And she would put me in a room with him with the fire truck. They would hand me a drink and wait till I went to sleep. And he would jack off on all over me in the bathtub. And then I would just cry and wait for her to get back. She never did anything about it. She would lay me over her lap and check me. This happened when I was 4 years old. I was locked in a room. I was beat. I was raped. I was sat outside in Ritchie Canyon in a driveway. She went to court, lost the case. There's files and things that you have, Dr. Beverly. And when at one time, I was like, okay, what is this? I gotta be an alien because I don't know why this is happening to me. People in the family used to say she loves you more. The whole family loves you more because everybody in the family treated me different. And when going back through all those things, there was so much that happened in her possession because of her. She's covering for somebody. We all know she's covering for somebody. We all know that she's covering for some people that are in the military. We all know that she's covering for some people that are in elite bloodlines. We all know that she's covering for a famous rapper that some of you guys really love. But Nobody in that family, nobody in the outlaw family really takes accountability. They don't really take the truth and do anything with it because nobody speaks out because they know it's not going to go anywhere. At one point, when I turned 12 or 13 and I went into a mental hospital, the last thing she told me, I went to school, and I'll never forget, she told me, if it wasn't for the fact that you just alerted a cop that I didn't have, basically under her thumb, she said, I would have hit you over the head with the back of the thing that sits on the toilet.
Wow.
And I would have killed you. And she had all these plans. She used to tell me all the time that she was going to murder me and leave me in her bed, and people would think that it was an overdose or something. So the last time I seen her, I was at Chino Hills Mental Hospital, and I told the Chino Hills Hospital, if you release me to her, the next time you see me will be in a body bag, because nobody's going to do anything to help me. Nobody tried to help me as a child because of the evil that you see. And that was the last time. Mind you, I was 14 and a half, 15 years old, 25. As any woman, any mother, any real human being, if this woman kidnapped me, that everybody claims that kidnapped me, where were you since 14 and a half to I'll be 32 years old on February 15th this year? I'm 31-year-old grown woman. Sometimes I don't look at DID, whole other issue, situation we'll talk about another day. But where were you 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and then I turned 31 years old, and up pops this little creature. Where were you? If you felt the need to gather all these people that believe in these delusions, because if you believe in these delusions, that means that you are the company you keep. So either you do this to your own children, you've done this to somebody else, or you're guilty, really guilty, because what sense does that make?
And that was one of the questions that I was gonna ask, or one of the topics I was.
And one of the things that tripped me out is when anytime you hear the real mother speak, she curses and she don't realize she's doing this. What make it so bad? She's cussing and putting her down. You would never amount to nothing. That's what she said. These are her words. You would never amount to anything. You with that white woman. If that's what your daughter wants to do, then you should be. We all talk about it. What difference does it make? We all should get along. Everybody should be together and everything. But now when it hit the fan,
I was going to mention tonight is that, years, a missing kid, years.
Mm-hmm.
I've personally heard of children coming up missing from CPS that are not my children, that I was out on the streets looking for the next day, because, they count, they matter, and they aren't even personally related to me, much less my own child. That's not going to take 11, 12 years to, she's been missing, she was kidnapped. No, I'm going to go find my kid. I'm going to go do something about it. And exactly. You hit it right on the nail. That's what a mom does. I guarantee you, if you were to be missing tomorrow, then Shelley would be out within an hour. She would be out looking for you.
I already would know, just sitting there, like, my mama coming for you, and I know she is. So I'm just going to sit pretty.
You'll be here in a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
With the army. So go ahead.
Right. Exactly. Well, yeah, I did notice in the documentation some dates, and we've heard from some chosen people on online, oh, that never started until Allie started spreading these rumors for attention. And that's the big tell, Allie's the one, and she was the troubled child that just made all this stuff up.
Blame it on the victim. That's predictable.
We have documentation from back in the 80s where CPS got involved. There's documentation that goes back, and more CPS forms than I've read them. I've reread them, and I've read them again just to make sure I understood them correctly. And assaulting your child in a gas station parking lot before you were even born, punching them in the face in a gas station parking lot. That had nothing to do with you. There are countless reports from well before you were, of age. And then there's the one that people continually talk about that was a sick creation in your mind of when you were 3 months old. But there's documented evidence talking about the account when you were 3 months old, and a child that had cried out for help because another child had licked them on the neck while somebody touched their private area. That is documented in the CPS papers.
Damn.
Dustin, do you have those?
Poor Dustin.
I think I lost him.
Nah, Dustin been lost a long time ago. Poor Dustin, that's my man. Come on, Dustin. You're supposed to have the paperwork ready, man.
Looking for him.
There's so much to.
There is.
Look here, Dustin.
Because you can only tell people the truth. You can't understand it for them. And some people.
Look. I gotta talk about Dustin, because if I was in his seat, I wouldn't have the papers ready either. So that's why you blame somebody else. Yeah, Dustin, you gotta get that paperwork ready, man. Nah, here we go, y'all. Here we go.
There's so much to.
There is.
He looking though. I love it.
You can only tell people the truth. You can't understand it for them. And some people are having a really hard time understanding. They're like, well, how did she report it to CPS if she was 3 months old? Come on,
While we're talking about there's so much.
Oh my God.
I spent entire weeks reading so much. This is all legal documents. Court proceedings and CPS files, and I do have one folder of criminal background checks on people. We won't discuss that tonight, but if we need to, we have those, and some of them have quite extensive backgrounds. But we won't go there. But yeah, paper after paper after paper. I don't know if you're talking to us. We can't hear you, Dustin.
Poor Justin.
I can't read
now
these.
You can hear me.
Now you can hear
now
me.
We can hear you.
Oh my goodness.
I can't read these because I can't see it. So you have to help me out here.
This one talks about the sister.
She came on somebody's show before.
Oh
yeah, we have videos for her in a bit.
Yeah, Keisha.
Yes,
Keisha. I was not the only one that things happened to, and I've been saying that this entire time. That it's not just about me, and it wasn't just about me in this situation either. It's not just about me when it comes to the human trafficking and under every umbrella that's going on. Yeah.
Right. And I spoke with quite a few people that are connected with that family, and they've confirmed a lot of what you have said regarding how things were in your home, and how certain people behave and don't behave, and a lot of other family dynamics that are very hurtful that go back generations.
Yeah, really. I'm shocked that some are coming forward to speak up.
They were actually very thankful that we were letting it be known. Oh, that's the document that talks about when you first met your trafficker.
Yes.
And you were in a foster home that was all Spanish speaking. And whoa, where are you going, Dustin? I can't read that fast.
Sorry, I was trying to go back. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, can you
This is
read
the one
that?
in regards to Keisha as well. I know you guys have a video where Keisha has spoken out in the beginning of the smear campaign. Like I said, all of this started in 2025. It was for a full year. And in the beginning of that, when all of this took place, she tried to get Keisha to jump on the bandwagon and say that I was the liar. There's a back and forth there that I won't mention and I won't speak on, but Keisha did finally find the bravery to speak on the truth. I don't know if you guys are playing that video tonight.
Whoa. Whoa, I didn't know
that's
that.
what that document is about.
Whoa. Oh man, the mother and the daughter started coming on this guy's channel, right? And they talking all about, they trying to degrade and talk negative about Ali Carter. So the mother was on there first, blah, blah, blah. Well, she need to come home. She should be with that white woman, and you just that, and you telling lies. So she got the sister to come on, her sister to come on. Ali, I don't know what you talking about. Come on home. I don't know why you doing this. Now Ali is saying, which I think I should not be breaking this all the way down for y'all, because this gonna happen. This is what I think. I'm just gonna tell you what Uncle Mike think. You want to hear? I think the daughter done flipped the script. She done changed team. She on Ali Carter team now. Let's find out. That's what I think.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah, there were quite a few.
Let's find out,
discussed,
baby. Because she was going hard. We got to find that video.
Living in that home was...
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm talking over top of my bad. That's my bad. And I got a nerve talking about my man up there.
I don't know if you guys are playing that video tonight.
Here we go.
But yeah, that's what that document is about.
Right.
She done jumped
ship. Yeah, there were quite a few that discussed her and the fact that she said living in that home was hell, and you know how she was afraid of that individual that was the head of that household because of the fact of that she would do things to make it look like you got.
My bad, y'all. I'm gonna take the headphones off to rest my ears because it's a long video, but I'm still listening. I got the speakers on. Here we go. I'm gonna turn the mic off.
You guys hurt yourself. You know how she was afraid of that individual that was the head of that household because of the fact of that she would do things to make it look like you guys hurt yourself.
Oh yeah.
And
she had a great talent of making it look
and
like
send you all to the mental hospital for attempted suicides that were not necessarily you guys. And that's documented in there. As a matter of fact, every single one of the children, except for the younger two, there's mental hospital reports on because of attempted suicide, which I kind of have questioned that in my own head because of what was said about that, you know, forcing cleaning agents down throats and milk when your sister is intolerant to milk products.
She had severe hypothyroidism, so she would when she would use her as her punching bag, she would have her oldest creature, her oldest daughter, hold us down to help her. I think at one point she tried to get away too, but I think mentally challenged and mentally disabled as she is, I think there was no hope for her. And she would have her hold us down so she could be able to do those things. She had severe hyperthyroidism, so she had these lumps in her throat, and she would tell her that one day she was going to pop them and beat her like a bitch off the street, and that she stood on top of her and tried to step on her neck one night. And because she was screaming too loud, she took cleaning products and poured them down her throat. And when she threw that up, she took milk and threw it down her throat. And when the neighbors started to hear the screaming next door, and they called the police. And the thing is the police would come out and see this excuse that she put on. They would see this act that she would do, and they would go. But at the end of the day, she was also screwing a married cop. And she would have this hold on the police officers in her area that would come out for her because she was screwing a married cop. So when the police came out, and when the neighbor started calling the police, she would throw Keisha in the shower and pretend that she was having an episode. But Keisha was already sick from the cleaning products and the milk. So, I mean, police would get there and think that, of course, we have some bad kids on our hands. And they would leave when she did this whole crying bit and how she was just trying to be a good mother. Mommy dearest.
But yet you had a relative that was there during one of those incidences that has spoken out and said she witnessed that happening. Did she not speak to the police officer when that happened?
A relative?
Would have been a child at the time.
Really? Okay. No, she didn't speak to the police. She would have been a child at the time?
Well, young. Maybe.
Younger than Keisha?
Probably.
Oh, hey, Ann. Okay, got it. Okay. Wow. Really? Well, thank you for coming forward. I appreciate you coming forward. No, she didn't speak to the police, and I don't think she could have.
Right.
I don't think there was a chance. Even if somebody would have said something, she found a way to cover it up. Just as much as when we talked in the last show, she found a way to cover it up when she got the teachers fired. She found a way to cover it up when the social workers were backed off. She found a way to cover it up when other victims came forward. So it's just...
Which is why we're here now with this whole smear campaign. It was getting a little too noisy, a little too close to home. And for years I had wondered, why didn't anybody stand up for this kid? Why am I the first one standing for this kid? And now I see that everybody's been called a predator. I expected it to be directed at me because I'm standing in the line of fire, but anybody that's standing too close to us this last year has also been called a predator. Anybody that's even looks in our direction is getting doxxed and threatened and harassed. So it kind of just clicked. I was like, oh, she's screaming really loud. She's making so much noise. Most people just want to back up. And you know what I mean? It's too much. Don't call my words. Don't do this. And don't put my address up. So I see now how a lot of people were backed up from the kids.
Since you bring up the whole predator thing, I took the liberty to do a check on you and check and see if you had any kind of registry because that is one of the things it said is that you're a sex offender, yada, yada, all that stuff. And Dustin, we have that, right? And that's the beginning page there. That's to show where I went on. And it says no offenders found in California. I also did a nationwide search.
Good. Good.
I wanted to make sure that we had all of our, oh, that's not the right one. We'll get to that in a minute. That one was the interesting one. Yeah. No, that's not it either. No, but I did the nationwide search, and the nationwide search shows that there's no registry either. So you're apparently not a sex offender, just letting you know, in case there's any concern. But, common knowledge tells anybody that you got Allie with CPS consent. Yes. They do not place people with sex offenders. If they think you're a sex offender, they're not going to place a child with you, period. Absolutely not happening. And she was placed with you. I have the documentation. Yes. I've read it. And she was placed with you by CPS. As a matter of fact, I think I sent that to Dustin. I'm not sure. He might have to look for it.
Yeah. And she knows that.
And then you were adopted. You were adopted too. But they're not going to do that either.
When she was 18 years old, the day she was aging out of CPS and transitioning into transitional living, which is an adult version of CPS, I was in the courthouse with this woman. So I know she knows. So she's blatantly lying to people. The whole smear campaign, you know what I mean? When Allie decided to start speaking out, I'm down for you 100%. I don't care if the whole world hates me. I will stand with this kid, and I recant nothing that we've said. She's telling you the truth. But the whole smear campaign would be comical if they weren't so viciously attacking survivors. They weren't so viciously attacking Allie. If other survivors weren't seeing the evil that they're doing.
Random children.
I don't care what comes my way. I can stand in it all day long. It does not faze me. But Allie didn't deserve that. The people standing with us don't deserve that. I signed up for it. My name's on the adoption paper. I'll stand in that. Whatever heat comes, I'll stand in it. But nobody else deserves that. So that's kind of where it was a little troubling. But it is what it is. We in a vicious fight. Evil has been done to so many children.
Well, if anybody takes the time to actually research protocol with the Department of Family Protective Services, they would know that, for one, you have to go through a home study. And included with that home study, you go through a background check. They fingerprint you. They check everything about you because they want to make sure that you're suitable for that child to be placed in your home. And so they're not going to place somebody with somebody that is a registered sex offender. Yes, they may place children with people that are not good people, and they don't actually do the best for the kids sometimes. But if you're a registered sex offender, that's not happening. Period. Absolutely not.
And I went through the home study when Allie came off of AWOL. They put her in a group home until I could go through the whole process of the fingerprinting and the home study and the background check. So I've done all those things. I don't know. It should just be common sense, but it doesn't matter what proof we show. Some people are just paid to twist whatever is said.
And they're also, they can't help themselves. The people who you see that are helping incite the violence, there's been people saying to kidnap me, which I'm not a kid, but there's been people saying to inciting violence to take me. This man named Steven, all over the place, that has been inciting violence to kill me, to kill my mom,
the listeners,
to tie our bodies to railroad tracks. If they get a hold of us, we run into people. We do. It is an honor to be able to meet someone going into the grocery store or a gas station, but we do run into people a lot lately that just walk up to us and say, hey, you guys, I've seen you. I know your face. I know your story. And there's those that walk up to say, I'm happy that you're alive. But what if one day someone does what these people have been inciting? What if? Then what?
Who's going to be at fault for that?
Yeah. If we stub our toe if a hair on our head is harmed, what happens after that?
Right.
I just want to
know. Exactly. And it's for no good reason. I mean, for one, I wasn't there. These other content creators were not there. Nobody knows the facts unless they look into it and look for the hard evidence. I mean, you can tell me all day long, but you telling me doesn't mean I know. I can see some other content creator saying their version of your story. That doesn't mean they know. They were not there. You were there. You witnessed it. You went through it. So that they can't 100% say, oh, well, I know this didn't happen because so-and-so told me. They don't know. This is how they get to know right here. They look it up. They look into it. They research. They do their own legwork and they say, hey, this is really a fact. This is really what happened. If I would have read these documents and it would have said that you were feeding somebody a line of bologna, I would have got on here and said, you know what? You're feeding somebody a line of bologna. But
and we would have expected to.
Yes.
3 binders full. And I still have stuff on my printer and I still have stuff in my emails.
And the TV show still has things on their way. The insurance holders are still not done.
Right.
They're not even close. It's coming.
Right. I mean, I've gotten 4 emails since we've been on live right now with more stuff for me to print out and put in more binders. So I'm like, that's when fact from somebody just giving you a story, and I have people that have contacted me that, tell me a story. And what I tell them is I will look into what you've said and get back to you. I'm not just going to jump off and say, oh, I believe you. What you're saying is fact, because I don't know. I was not there. And these people that are going online and saying, hey, you're doing this, you're doing that. And there's so many falsehoods that are being put out there. I mean, we have the fact that y'all are getting rich off of other people, other followers. You have sent me your financial statement. I have it in my documents. I know everything that goes in and goes out. I know what you have and do not have coming in on your social media. Y'all didn't even have the monetization hooked up. You can't even receive monetization for it. So the people that are receiving those things are people that are posing to be you, or they're exploiting your story.
Yes.
Which these people that are talking about you getting money are ironically getting money while they're talking about you getting money. You can see in their live $5, $15, $150, where people are giving them money to exploit your story on what happened with your life. And that's wrong. That's the same thing as a trafficker exploiting you. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I had to say it. That's the way it is. That's the fact.
And the people paying, this is why. So people ask, what clicks in people's brain to make them want to buy another human being? This right here. What you're seeing. Those people that are paying these people to incite violence. What do you think when you're like, how do you even end up with people like this hurting children in their own homes and picking up children outside and coming to the clubs with their wives and their husbands? How do you get people to act like this? This right here.
This smear campaign. And then it escalates. And then it escalates a little bit more. And then it escalates a little bit more. And then pretty soon we're doing darker things.
So if somebody did get a hold of us, then what would they be doing? Running an auction on who could hurt me more? Because that's what snuff films are. That's what I've been through. And eventually there's virtual porn and virtual things that happen where they virtually ask somebody, like you see in these super chats, I'll give you $5 to read this comment. So if somebody says, I'll give you $5 to punch them in the face, I'll give you $5 to turn a machine on them. That's exactly what they do to victims right now. So what you're seeing is predators, traffickers. Only predators, traffickers, and unfit parents follow predators, traffickers, and unfit parents. Everybody else can see with their 2 God-given eyes that this is crazy.
Right. And you talk about the snuff films and things like that. And those are very big subjects that a lot of people are not equipped to understand that that's a reality in our world. There are, I mean, and it's not real hard to look into it and see it really happens, without labeling, oh, it's QAnon, it's this, it's that. No, actually look into it and see what really happens. There are really children going through this every single day. Right now, while we're talking, there's some child going through that. And then to discredit the people that are saying, hey, this is happening, we need to stop this. That's wrong. That makes them just as guilty because they're stopping someone from being saved from what they're going through. And that's heartbreaking to me.
If somebody can't set their bias aside, whether it's political affiliations, whether it's race, if you can't set your bias aside for the children to look honestly at the situation, then you're part of the problem.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you didn't put your hands on them yourselves. You're aiding it.
Silence is just as guilty in my book.
Looking away, you're aiding it. Just because you're like, well, it's not in my home yet, I don't have to deal with this. You're helping. You're helping the traffickers. You're helping this circle go round and round and round. And then you don't understand why the Epstein list is not released. You don't understand why Diddy may get a slap on the wrist. You don't understand why Ellen DeGeneres is just sitting pretty, but in another country. We ask all these questions about the elite, but we don't stop to look in our own backyards and see, okay, if this happens right here like this, nobody stands up, nobody does anything, nobody puts a stop to it, then why can't you believe what's really going on in the elite backyard?
Right. And when you talk about the things with the celebrities and the big places you were taken to, you can go to any trafficked person on the street tonight and you could ask them, where are you moved to? What states are you moved to? What towns are you moved to? And they'll all tell you the same things. They'll all tell you the same places that you have said that you were moved to. That's how it happens. And it goes from being on the streets of Houston to being taken to Las Vegas to being taken to other bigger people. It starts with the little fish and it goes up. Anybody can see that. All they have to do is go out and talk to people. I mean, I've talked to young ladies on the streets a billion times, and they all say the same story. And the majority of the ones I've spoken with have been kids that were from CPS. And that's a huge problem. And that's the reason why we were originally bringing you on our show. But these people have clouded that so much that we're having to address a topic that we weren't even trying to go to. Every single time we bring you on, we're having to go back and try to fix the lies and tell the truth on the lies before we can target the actual purpose in this happening. We brought you on originally because CPS is known for trafficking kids. Kids are trafficked from CPS. Yes, you have good social workers, you have good foster parents, you have good ones. But it's a broken system, and there are children falling through the cracks every day. And these people twisting up and making lies and making it about something else, they're just diverting and turning the subject on them to keep people from saving children from a very, very bad system.
And then I have to ask why. Why would you do that? What affiliations do you have then that persuade you to do that, or to believe that's a good thing to do? So now I'm side-eyeing, you're not just angry at me because I have Allie. You're doing something else. So now I'm side-eyeing you and asking how safe you are for children. So if you are a survivor on here, if you are somebody with children, please pay attention to these people that are yelling and screaming and lying and causing distraction, because they're probably not real safe for your children. And if you are a survivor, they're not safe for you. So please be careful.
Right. And you know, had we originally been able to target the subject that the very first time you had came on for, then I mean, we would have made a lot of progress in a total different direction. But we're still stuck on this same thing. And
this is why. This is why.
Right.
I'm like, when the world understand to pay attention, because this is why we can't get further than where we need to go, because the distraction happens like this for everybody. This is not just for me as a survivor. What you're saying, Dr. Beverly, this is not just for me. This goes to every survivor. They want you to be distracted. I call it a false flag. False flags does not mean that someone did not get hurt. It means that it is planned, orchestrated, or staged to cause a distraction. Okay. Right. And this is why we can't get to where we're going when it comes to everything else in the world that we keep hollering about, and everybody keeps bucking at the justice system. We want the Epstein files. Okay. But we keep getting distracted by the storm. We keep getting distracted by the riots. We keep getting distracted by the race division. We keep getting distracted by other people's opinions and how they're offending you. Like, this is why. Right. This is why. And in the meantime, there's children wondering, when is somebody going to help me? Right. Does anybody see me? Where is everybody?
Right. Man. Yeah, that's all. So that's mind-boggling to me that, you know, people can't see through that. People can't see that it's a deflection from the real issue. And originally you had not even told me about your previous family, and I had not asked. You know, you had never brought up that name.
Nope.
Which screams volumes. Yep. Because, you know, even whenever I saw lives of you online, I never had heard anything about that. I heard that you were being trafficked from foster care. That's what I had heard. That's the story I had heard up until somebody else comes out and says, "Oh, hello, I'm here." Nobody else knew. Nobody knew anything about that. That person brought it on themselves.
They outed themselves.
And then wants to make it that you're the one that brought it out about it. No, you weren't even saying that. That wasn't even your story.
Anybody that has been watching our videos since we started speaking out and went viral on accident, you would know, and I don't know if anybody is watching this at this moment to be able to say that I never brought up that name, and I still won't say that creature's name. It's like saying a witchcraft spell out loud. So I call it La Diablo, La Twat Waffle, La Crotch Rocket, all these things, but I refuse to even give it attention, because what's the point?
Right.
What's the point? It was a waste of space, and it's a waste of space then, and it's still a waste of space now. And it goes back to all of the rest. What was the point? If I could have changed my bloodline, I would have. I changed my last name. I never looked back, and I think I'm the only one that was a part of all of that mess, that walked away at 14 years old and I swore I would rather stay in a park and eat out of the trash can. I was on my own for a minute. I would have rather went to a trafficker. I was okay with the things that were happening when it came to some of my pimps, because I was like, if this means that I get out, I get out. But then when it turned into something else, because like you just said, I didn't just boom and end up at the Buckingham Palace. I didn't just boom and end up under the Getty Museum. And that's not the way it worked. It started small.
Right.
And then it got bigger and out of control. And it was bigger than me, than I could even do anything about at that time.
Right.
So I would have rather went through all of that. And honestly, if you asked me and there was a time machine and somebody would say, would you do it again? I would probably do it again than to deal with the things that I was dealing with. I don't know which one was worse at this point.
And you know, the real sad thing to that is, and I hope you don't mind me bringing this out, but when we first started speaking about this and this person came out and was berating you, your words to me was, I know she was hurt before. You were automatically given an out for something when somebody else is talking so vile about you. You were saying, I know she was hurt in her past. I know that the things that happened was because she was coming from a hurt place. Yeah. And that shows character in you when you were willing to see that. But
I'm not saying that it's okay.
Where was the from that side? That's the side that's supposed to say, I know you're hurt. I know you're going through something. Let me help you with this. Let me carry you through. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I'm okay. Are you okay? I'm okay.
No. Do you need a breath?
I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. Well, we have a few more of the crazy labyrinth of lies that we're gonna target. So how about the one about the kids? The kids that are yours, that are in this video that are not yours.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
I cannot have children. I cannot carry a child. Let me say that. I cannot carry a child because of all the things that were done to me. I because of the trafficking and the abuse. I was told by a doctor that it would be like trying to set a child on a tattered blanket. They would fall through. That's what I was told. So for the longest, I used to beat myself up about that. And then when people try to poke at me now, as my love for kids, because of what I've seen and because of one day I thought maybe I'd have a mini me of my own. My love for kids runs deep because of those things, because of seeing other children that I couldn't help. Being in a home with other children that I would just jump into action and just try to be somebody to them. So, but no, I cannot have children myself. And I do not have any kids. But I do have a different heart now than I did before, thanks to the woman who raised me, right? Mama right here, this twin of mine, this white chocolate that you see. And because of that, I know that, you don't have to look like your parents to have that same love that they showed you. DNA does not make a family. And I look just like my mom, if you can't tell. So as a dance teacher, everybody in my eyesight was my baby, from young to old, special needs, all over the place. And I will never forget one day I had a dance show and they came in and they looked like me. The kids wanted to wear something that looked like me. So they tied these flannels on and they had their scarves on and they just looked like me. And I was like, these are my babies. But I don't have any kids. And there's a rumor going around that I'm pregnant right now. And no, that's not true either. And Dr. Beverly Gillen and the Truth Be Told team, there you go.
Yeah. Well, I have right. Well, Dustin got kicked off, so he can't.
Damn. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know it was a rumor going around saying that she was pregnant. And I made a joke, because Mike always making corny, jokey jokes. And I said, she pregnant, because I thought she was going to announce. But I forgot, and I should know, that she said over and over again in plenty of her live streams that she cannot have kids. I was like, God dang. So I try to keep my mouth shut for a little while. And so, now she announcing that it's a rumor out there. Wow. And I'm like, dang, I feel bad. But I'm just joking, and I apologize if it hurt anybody's feeling. Y'all know Uncle Mike don't mean to hurt nobody's
whole
feeling.
team. There you go.
Yeah. Well, I have right. Well, Dustin got kicked off, so he can't put that picture up. But I was on FaceTime with Allie, and we got close and personal. She took pregnancy tests, and if everybody can see it, can y'all see it? Or is it showing? Can you see that it's negative? Because there are two there in that cup, and they are negative. I witnessed the entire process.
Yeah. She knows I'm a female too. The rumors that I was a dude.
The entire yes, she is a female. She's a female. He's sitting down. We know this for fact. I was there. I mean, not physically, but I was on FaceTime, and we took care of that so that everybody knows, everybody can rest. She's not pregnant, and she's not selling any babies at this time.
And I'm not a dude.
At the future. And she's not a dude. She's not a dude. She's a girl.
Yeah,
definitely a girl.
We said we were being transparent and we gave everything to the investigators. We mean we gave everything.
Yes.
There's no we've been in the stirrups. Like there's nothing more we can show you or proof that we can give. Like
I don't know who has been to any of our live events. And even when we had live events, whoever has watched it, I always high kick at the live event and say, I'm not a dude. Notice that? I high kick all the time. And now we can say all see that I am a female. Right. And your girl is a little happy, so I've had a little bit more food than normal. So leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Girl, you are not big at all. I feel you body shaming me here. Don't be talking like that.
I love to be thick.
Well, we've talked, and it's kind of hard that he's not able to show the things, but we kind of touched a while ago on when you ended up in the trafficking situation. Mm-hmm. And I do have the hard copies because he can't produce the pictures, but we can't put it all up there because they're legal documents and, I can't show everything. But, this says that you reported that you were in a Spanish-speaking foster home, right? Mm-hmm. With another 13-year-old and a 15-year-old. Mm-hmm. And they were allowing you to go out to a club, mm-hmm. right, at night. And over 18 club, as a matter of fact, where they were serving alcohol, and you were a minor. Mm-hmm. And you happened to meet this man that really had no business talking to a child, but he decided he needed to talk to you. And then you were sucked into the world of trafficking. And in this paper, it says that you said that he was drugging you. He was mm-hmm. giving you laced drinks, knocking you out, and doing things. And there are multiple CPS reports, where you had talked to a social worker and said, hey, I'm scared of this guy. He's hurting me. He's trafficking me. He's doing these things. It's from this house. This is going on. Don't move me here because it's too close. He's going to find me. He's going to do this stuff. What did they do with that? They told me to break up with him. They told me that if I continued to tell on him, one of the social workers told me specifically that if you say one more thing, we will ship you to Arizona and nobody will ever hear from you again. I went in when they took me to an elite party, and I told them that this man is taking me to elite orgies. The first few times that things were happening, I just thought he's freaky. It's weird, but I was really wanting to be emancipated. So I was willing to do whatever, if that meant emancipation, getting out of foster care and being absolutely on my own. And he tricked me. I really thought that I loved this man. I thought that he loved me, and it was just another narcissist, more lies. And I was in a Spanish speaking home where no one spoke English except for the two foster sons. And they had 4 teenage girls, including myself, and 2 teenage boys in the same home. And at one point, I was leaving out of my room window to go to all of these parties and jobs and things that he was putting me on. But then he knocked on the door on Thanksgiving and sat down and spoke in Spanish to my foster parents, paid them $5,000 cash, and they let me go out of the front door. Mm. And they would let you stay out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, right?
I had community passes. I had day passes and I had community passes in foster care in the state of California. You can get a day pass to get a bus pass. They will even sometimes pay for your bus passes. You can go wherever you want, just as long as you get back to the group home or foster home at a certain time. And then I had weekend passes at one point. And they didn't check. That's the funny thing. They didn't check if when I went on a weekend pass, they weren't checking who I was going with. So they were able to just pick me up and take me. And I was in Las Vegas. I went to brothels in Reno, Nevada. I have been to some of the ranches in Nevada. And I was there for a weekend. I was at the Playboy Mansions. There's more than one mansion. And we talked about this. I know I've talked to people about managing expectations. We only got 2 hours. We're already leaning on an hour and a half. But I went to the Playboy for a weekend while in foster care. A lot of things happened while in foster care. And I would get back and tell my social workers, please help me. At one point, I had fake IDs. So at one point, I even asked, I started to look into Keith, this pimp that I had. I started to look into him and I went in his wallet and I found a stack of IDs with different names, different places. And I started asking him what is really going on. I cussed him out, actually. I thought I was big and bad enough to leave. And he damn near cracked my ribs. He beat me so bad. I went to my social workers and I went to my agency office. And I told them what happened and I showed them the bruises. Actually, I called my mom and I told my mom what was going on. And she threw a fit. She called the police. She did what a real mother is going to do. She called the police. She called the agency worker. She called the social workers. And they got me in the office and they told me, you have a choice because in foster care, they treat you like they're in jail sometimes. And they told me you have a choice. If you go to the hospital, then we're going to say that you are not doing well in your program. And that means that we're going to move you homes again. Now, I had been to 19 high schools. I attended 19 high schools in 1 year. Think about that. 19 high schools in 1 year. Okay. I was moved so many times that I lost count. I never stayed anywhere longer than 2 weeks to a month. So I was moved so much. And by this time I had supervised visits and visitation with my mom. So when my pimp beat me so bad and I went to them and told them, they told me, we'll snatch your visits. Even though I was able to leave with him on a community pass, I was able to leave with him on a day pass. I was able to leave with anybody. But when it came to my mom, somebody who wanted me, anybody who cared, then it was, we'll take it away from you as a dangling choice. So, I tried to tell them. They one day they pulled me in the office and took pictures of all the bruises and then told me, okay, it's your choice. If you go to the hospital, you're going to mess up your program. They're going to move you and they'll probably put you in a lockdown facility. So in order to get help, I was going to be punished for it. So I chose not to go.
So they made reports saying that you reported the abuse, but they didn't do anything about it.
No, they didn't,
because there are documents talking about you making these reports of, that you were scared of him, that he would wait at the bus stop for you and force you to get in the car. And even that the foster family's son was doing things and you would tell him to stop and he would not stop.
And that in itself breaks CPS protocol because number one, you're not allowed to put somebody in a home that doesn't speak English. So if you have a child that only speaks English, they cannot be in a home that only speaks Spanish. That's just a rule. The second thing is you're not supposed to put teenage boys and teenage girls in the same home. So if they had teenage boys as their biological children, to put a bunch of teenage foster girls in that home, you're not supposed to do that because you're creating problems. So they were already breaching problems like all along the way. You know what I mean? And then now we just pile the trafficking stuff on top of it. The system is very broken.
And I don't know if anybody is listening to this if this woman may be listening, but I went to Carter High School in Bloomington, California, Fontana, California. And there was a principal there with a name similar to ours. Or excuse me, a counselor there with a name similar to ours. And I went to her and I told her about this situation. Now, she called the SRO in of the school resource officer. And the school resource officer at the time knew exactly who this pimp was. He would tell me, he told the counselor, well, he plays his subs a little too loud at the school. He just would drive around the school and kind of shop for other girls. And when I told the counselor all this, she said, we're going to do something. We have to do something. I can't let you leave knowing I see these bruises. I can't let you leave. I walked in with a black eye that was covered with makeup. I told her everything. The next day she was fired. She just disappeared. I don't know if Ms. Carter may be listening, but I would love to speak with you if you are, or if you could contact Dr. Beverly Gillen, that would be amazing. But there was a moment where she knew so much, but again, they disappeared.
I think we even have some correspondence with her via email. It's in our insurance stuff. So I don't know where it's at exactly, but I can try to find it for you.
Yeah, the people knew, but again, there's more people covering it up than there's more people doing anything about it.
Right. Yeah, and we have had the people that have spoken out, including the CPS worker that said, there was such a noise made that they all stopped, they all backed up. And that's kind of what's happened with you with other news that has had you on, is once the noise started, they were, oh, well, maybe we'll back up. Maybe we'll not say anything. I mean,
calling somebody a predator is a buzzword, and anybody's automatically going to back up, especially if you're a male. Somebody's calling you a child predator. That's like, you're going to back up and go the other way, because that's a really bad label that they slap on everybody.
I didn't.
Right? You're the man, Dustin.
Real men know.
But you know what I mean? That's the easiest way to get somebody to back up.
Right. And that's the thing. They're going to people's jobs. They're posting people's jobs online. They're posting other people's children online. They're posting other people's houses online. And I'm fixing to say something about that. The house in California, that they went to this house and, oh, it was y'all's house. You own the house. All this bull. They know for a fact you lived there because the toddler's toys were in the yard. The kid in the video that you had made with a neighbor wasn't even a kid that you even knew, for one. For two, that child would be 11, 12 years old by now. It wouldn't need toddler toys. It would be almost a teenager. They don't play with little cars in the yard when they're almost a teenager. I mean, those children are big kids by now. They're playing video games, not little Tonka trucks and Power Wheels in the front yard. So, that's crazy.
Very foul. And I wonder, if that was you, I'm sorry about whoever that was. Their house was doxxed and criminals went after you. I'm so sorry about that. If that was I don't know if anybody is willing to press charges, but there's some people that have had some stories now, and I'm looking at Justin's face because I know you have too, sir. I'm sorry.
Howard.
I want to interject here. Rainy,
I'll let you have the floor.
Rainy, hey Rainy, newsflash, you're wrong about me. Everything that you put out there. All right, you've got to be the dumbest person I've ever encountered in all of this.
Right? A little common sense.
Stop putting out a fake work. Stop telling people to go after me. You want to do it? Come get it.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Here.
Those are always the cowards.
And I promise you, what you don't know, Rainy, moron, make a video of this. Save it on your channel. I'm surrounded by cops. I have 4 houses that are my neighbors that are cops, a text away. So you got to step over here. You step over here, it's not going to be cute. which is, who's afraid anyway. I mean, these people are the biggest trolls I have ever seen. They write like kindergartners. They're on our feed right now, looking really stupid. Yeah. You know what?
I do.
You are stupid. You deserve to be called stupid. And you're the reason. All it took was for me just to wait you out. And you know what? I wasn't even ignoring you. That's what the really funny thing is. I was biding my time, seeing what you would turn out to be. And it didn't take you long to start slandering me, saying that Beverly and I are lovers. Saying things.
I told you, but didn't I tell you it's predictable? I told you that months ago. Watch.
I'm sorry, Justin.
Yeah. Apparently me and Beverly, we're getting down with the sickness.
She's married. It's Noah's. Hey.
We probably have we got about 50 children. I live in a trailer park, and that's why I'm interjecting here, because these people are a part of the problem because they muddy the waters. Now, I got every right to call Rainey out by name because that one's put my name out there repeatedly. Keep my name out of your mouth because nobody wants to hear it from you except the people that you make money off of, Allie, with your videos. You want to talk about we're doing that? Newsflash, you're doing that. You're probably going to make some clips off of this and make some money off of that. You know what that's called? Grifter. And you know what? That is also a problem because it makes you not to be taken seriously, even if you are serious. And I think that there are some people included in this group that, I've spoken to that I think are actually pretty intelligent people. And I think that they got the wrong idea. And it doesn't take long to get mad about something and then go into it. And I'm not done yet because I've compiled some things here that, that nobody's saying yet, that we know that the people who have come forward already have a lot of problems of their own that if it was revealed will be quite freaking embarrassing, by the way. This is not going to end here. And, I'm sorry, you guys got me on the rant when I mean, just hearing that, it's like, okay, now I got to say something. So one official name I am calling out tonight is Rainey. Keep on putting your stupid videos up because the only people that are looking at it are about 10 people. And most of them have repeated accounts to make it elevated like they have a large following.
Yeah.
Get this. There's an army sitting on here right now of people that stand behind this. And you got a big crowd over here and a small number of people that have some kind of mental problem. And I've encountered this with every single time I do something like this. It's not anything new. But Rainey, you're caught. Go ahead and put your super chat $10 up so that people can see you say something. Go ahead and do that on every video and put my name up every single time. You think that we don't see that? You think that we don't got people watching? I mean, the game's played both ways. So I'm done with it. Don't email me. You're blocked. You lost any chance of being heard. Now, other people I will. Won't. So carry on, ladies.
That's a terrible thing, too, because
Got him! Got him! Oh! Whoa! I'm not surrounded with cops. It's one on the block, though. And he told me, he said he can't wait for some wreck to come. He a young dude, too. He young. Oh, my God. Time for some action. That's right, man. Come on, man. Allie, shout out to Allie. Army. She got a freaking army. There's a lot of people out there that's been hurt. I didn't even know that. I'm sorry y'all grew up in my mother and father was high school sweethearts. Oh, they treated us with everything, man, that they could afford. Here we go.
Being heard. Now, other people I will. You won't.
You won't.
So Carry on, ladies.
Kate, there you go. He had to cut that.
You know, that's a terrible thing too, because in the beginning we said anybody from either side that wants to reach out and speak to us rationally about the evidence you have. We don't want to hear what somebody just decides that they want to post on their channel. We want evidence. We don't go based on somebody's word. We go on hardcore proof. And they were given that opportunity. Even, you know, the head of the old household was given the opportunity
well, you
to,
can say your
to
name.
come on.
I just won't. I just won't.
Well, I'm not going to, because I'm not gonna call someone out like that and without her being able to say what she needs to say, you know, in her defense, even though, you know, everybody knows who she is. I think that's enough. I think that's enough, because, you know, I don't like to play tit for tat. I grew up when I left high school, and I'm not going to participate in their little game. That's why I don't check the comments. That's why I don't, because I'm not gonna play this back and forth baloney.
Exactly.
Because I have actually looked into the stuff. I have the proof. I have the documents. I've read it. I've talked to people, you know, and that's all it takes for them to do is make some phone calls, talk to some folks, some other people aside from this one person you have coming on screaming the same thing. Talk to other people that know you, that know them, that have been a part of the family, that have been around the family. Talk to social workers. That, I mean, they're people. They'll talk to you. Talk to school teachers. It's easy to contact folks, but you know, it's just nobody wants to do the legwork. Nobody wants to actually research things. They want to take somebody else's clip of something and they want to add their narrative to it and put it up there and, you know, crop out what they don't want said and make it something it's not.
Until
just
it's personal,
like
that's
the video, the nappy video, where, oh, these are Allie's kids. We know she sold her kids, yada, yada, yada. And they posted on there that man is a convict. I researched that too. I did the national search. He's not a sex offender. You know, how are you going to say stuff about these people that's not just blatant lies?
They're
you haven't even checked. You haven't even looked.
But
type somebody's name in. Right.
Yeah, if you were just to call out their names or to call it for what it is, Stephen, Ranny, whoever, if you call out their names and say this, what you're doing is evil and it's wrong. So if somebody knocks on your door soon because what you're doing is evil, it's wrong, and it's illegal, then what? Then what? Because the social media game is not a game when it's personal. It's not a game when it's personal and human trafficking is in your home. It's not a game when it's personal if somebody dies because of your actions. It's not a game.
Right. Right.
Well, it's hard to take somebody serious when they're hiding behind an account. Allie and I have been face forward, name, feet in the stirrups, transparent about everything that we're saying. I recant nothing that we've said. I recant nothing that we stood for. But everybody else has a lot to say, and they're hiding behind fake accounts. And you know, and like you said, we don't look at the comments. We don't deal with any of that.
No, I never watched any of that. They really think that I do. I never watched any of it.
It's sad to me because at the end of the day, they're stealing away from the children because all of that noise is stealing from the children and any help that could come for the children. So yeah, I don't have any respect for that.
Right. Yeah, and that's what this is supposed to be about, is about helping other people. And that's what the world is. That's what humans are supposed to be about. I mean, we're not supposed to tear down one another. We're supposed to help each other to get through the worst of times. And these kids are going through the worst of times right now. So help them. No.
And shame on you if you don't. The world will hate you. The world will hate you. That's what you need to That's what you need to feel. And I'm not just talking for the people that we're talking about. We have so many more haters and evil people that have a problem with us because we're telling the truth. So but bear with me when I say that the whole world will hate you. One day you won't be able to walk down the street. That's not a threat. That's a promise, because eventually people will see what you're about. When it comes to the big fish, you know, a lot of these Hollywood entertainers, a lot of people want to be seen. Many people just want to be seen. I don't think there's anybody who doesn't want to be seen or heard. So when the whole world hates you because of your actions, then shame on you, and you should stand in that.
Right. And, you know, even worse than that, you know, I'm a Christian. I know everybody's not, but one of these days we're going to stand before somebody. Amen. And we're going to give account, and we're going to answer for what we've done. And, you know, the Bible says if we've harmed a little one, we might as well have had a millstone tied around our neck and cast into the sea, because we'd be better off not to have ever been born than to hurt a child.
They say God protect babies and fools, and I ain't no baby. I'm just putting that out there.
So, you know, not standing up for a child and not defending a child is just as bad as harming them. Exactly. So one of these days when I stand before Almighty God and he says, what did you do to protect that baby? I don't want to be that person that says I didn't do a darn thing or I made it worse.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yes. Amen.
So have you guys, because I unfortunately I was trying to operate the studio from the phone. That was fun. But anyway, so you guys obviously went over the issue. Do you want to throw that picture up real quick of that's a better quality for them to see the two sticks?
Yes.
My pregnancy test of my
hey,
we want to make sure everybody knows.
The newest thing is that Allie and I have a child together now. So
oh, really?
I have yet to meet Allie in person, so I don't know how that happened.
Got him. Oh!
She said Allie and I have a...
Whoa!
That came out of nowhere. I like that one. He said Allie and I got a child together. Look, we ain't never met in person, and she can't even have kids, and we ain't never seen her pregnant, but yet we got a child. How old is the kid? That's what you should have said.
My pregnancy test of my
we want to make sure everybody knows.
The newest thing is that Allie and I have a child together now. So
oh, really?
I have yet to meet Allie in person, so I don't know how that happened. But,
this contact is strong.
You know,
the virtual pregnancy, exactly. Like, what is happening?
You know, email some.
I like to think of myself as charismatic and beautiful, but not that good. All right, here we go. Let me put this up here.
I am so sorry to Dustin's wife, and I am so sorry to Dr. Beverly's husband.
So there it is. This is so you guys get a better image of that.
Another thing is this ring. Let's talk about it. A lot of this is my left hand, by the way. In the picture and right here, this is my left hand. It is a purity ring. It is a verse from Corinthians about love is patient, love is kind, love is not jealous. All of those things that love should be. I decided after about 2016, since we're all just being personal, you know, since we don't ask the predators the same questions as we ask the victims, I have not had any sexual intercourse since 2017, 16. And then at that point I decided, you know what? I want to change my life. I would appreciate to feel pure again, that one day, you know, all the pain that I went through, I could turn that into my power once again. So I go ahead and wear this purity ring. And I feel like all survivors should know that you're not a germ. what was done to you is not your fault, and you're not broken. We're broken. We've been through some things, but we could put the pieces back together. So this is a purity ring that I do not want to be in a relationship. I have been through so much that I don't know if there's another human being out there for me, because I'm a lot. Girl or guy, I'm just a lot. And I feel like I'm not looking, I'm just not. So one day, but right now, this is a purity ring. Notice there's no rock. Hold on, where am I? Sorry. It's not a rock. It's a purity ring, people. Okay. And I'm doing this nicely.
I was kind of wondering, but
I'm a little scared. Towards you. Sorry. But
I gotta rope everybody in tonight.
I really just want to thank y'all so much. I know that there's so much more work to do. I made sure I let everybody know to please manage your expectations, because again, there's just so much to cover. And then, like you said, we get on one topic and then we get distracted by trying to, again, feed the truth. It's a lot, and it's exhausting. It really is exhausting, but I really do appreciate both of you and the entire Truth Be Told team for all of the work that y'all are doing unflinchingly and standing in the face of evil, knowing damn well what you're up against. Thank you so much. Y'all are the bravest people in verifiable authority that I have ever met, because the Army has been looking for y'all. We have had people emailing news networks and journalists and people with blue check marks and, all over the place, like, hey, can you just look into what's going on in your area? Fine, don't talk about Allie Carter, but can we talk about the children? Like,
yeah, you're
just
right.
Period. Let's just talk about the children. Let's just talk about the truth. She has the evidence. Can you look at it? People have been asking since we went viral in 2020, and nobody really answered with integrity. Nobody answered with honesty. Nobody answered with a gentle but a righteous anger in their heart. Nobody answered like that. And I just want to thank y'all so very much. I know I'm not the only one who really, really, really appreciates you. I've been telling everybody that, hey, I've been used as a stink bait as a survivor. And I've been telling some survivors, like, stay away from people. I wouldn't go that way if I were you. Did you not see what happened? And I can say this, I know for a fact that y'all are the real deal. And I really, really appreciate y'all. So if there's anybody listening and feels like, hey, is there anybody that's going to listen? Dustin and Dr. Beverly are definitely the people.
Did we cover, Beverly, your discussion about how we were able to corroborate some of these things of regarding Naranda, because we were able to speak with people, some sort. We're not going to name the sources, of course, but the sources who were able to, and they have that kind of access, and that actually confirmed a lot of this that we've been speaking to, and are actively working with us to expose about some of these things that we're about to hear in the coming weeks.
I kind of touched on the fact that I have spoken with some people that are close to the family, and they have agreed to help us uncover more things, more evidence, and link us in the right direction to reveal some stuff that they told us that it's pretty hard stuff and pretty big stuff. But like I said earlier, we don't do anything without evidence. So they could tell us all day long, but once they get us the proof, then we will definitely show that.
I can't wait till the day that you guys can talk about why she's a Patton Hospital patient. I'm pretty sure that if anybody
that may have a lot to do with it. That may have a lot to do with it. Thank you for.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I just want to. I'm please come forward. If you're listening to this, I'm not, excuse me, Dustin and Dr. Bev, excuse me. Just please come forward. Do you understand how long this has been? Do you understand how exhausted we are? If you know the truth, this is the moment. The time is right now. Because in a minute, if this goes up any further than it is, everybody stands together. Everybody is guilty. So I don't know where this is going to go. If it just stopped right here, it stops right here, but now people know the truth. But if it goes up any further, and if there's any type of chain of command that actually has the balls to do something with the truth that they have, do you not understand that your silence is complacent? You're guilty too. Right. So just please do the right thing. That goes for everybody. Just do the right damn thing. That's all I'm saying.
On what you were just saying, I don't know if everybody understands the significance of being a patient at Patton Hospital. But Patton Hospital is a hospital for criminally insane people.
Criminally.
Yes. And you have to be involved in some sort of crime to be a patient there. So that's a big thing that we have had conveyed to us. We're just waiting on the documentation on that.
Right. And I'd like to mention also that we are digging into the Riverside area and some stuff, working with some people so we could try and find out a lot of the things that's been going on over there. I know that is an area of large trafficking and criminal activity there. I also have a guy that will be probably bringing on soon who has a lot of evidence about these networks since what happened to him in the late 90s as a soccer player. This guy right here confirms a lot of the things that many of you guys are out there talking about with some of these organizations that are trafficking people. And like even here, it's not just isolated to girls and women. This happens to men. And then if you are somebody who gets away from it, and he is helping to show us this, that we'll be working with him soon, that they will actively try and put criminal charges on you to prevent you from having a credible voice and silence you. And so we're looking into a lot of that. This thing really goes pretty deep. I know that we talk a lot about the family issues with Allie and the things that happened regarding that, and then discussing what other people out there presenting as the opposite. But this is a big giant issue right here that we got to look into some organizations that have prominence out there. We're seeing some people that it's quite frightening, actually, how wealthy these people are and how much of a stronghold they have when it comes to this trafficking issue. And those are the people that we really need to get after. They want to throw the underlings under the bus, the people who are of weaker participation. But these people are mighty, and these are the ones that we need to go after. And I know that you have a sheriff out there in California from Riverside that is running for governor, and I think that he should really be looking into this strongly, especially because that's how you'll win your state, by taking care of that problem there. And I think that, we have a lot of stuff that we could really talk about regarding that. And you want to win that state, this is the time now, because people are looking at this thing so strongly and so angrily. They've even Trump supporters who supported Trump have backed away from strong support because of the Epstein issue. This is the time for this to occur. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that we are looking into some of these organizations right now. We're just not presenting a lot of that tonight. But it's there. And when we confirm things, then it gets shown, because they want to talk about suing you all the time, even though they've said, and I got all the evidence, the things that I could do the same thing to them very quickly. Yeah, but we get this stuff out there and then we show it to you. It's over 100%. Yeah. And we're there and we're just steps away from it.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we go, I just wanted to say thank you once again. But I do have to say it. I know that we just hit at some things that have an elite bloodline. We just hit at some things where there's a lot of people that really want us dead. And as y'all can see, that's not new to us. But I do have to say it. There will be no car accidents or accidental car accidents. There will be no overdoses. We're not carrying anything in our cars that you guys do not already know about or have, and that can't be accounted for. We are of sound mind and body. We don't like what's going on, but we do love our life. And if anything happens to us, please do not believe that is an accident. Please look for me. I can't deal with the things that I used to deal with. So God forbid something happened to me or my mother, please look for us. And that goes for everybody that is associated with us. For me, my mom, and my family that has been created because of Allie's Army, these angels, I stand for all of them too, as much as they stand for me. So if there's anything that happens to any single one of my family members, we're not suicidal.
Right. So I guess with that said, I think that we need to, before I lose the network again, because it's gotten pretty bad out here. So I guess we could go ahead and end it. And then obviously we got more coming. And sorry about the loss there. It prevented me from being able to put some of this stuff up that we didn't even get to show you guys. But stay tuned. It's coming. We'll get it out there. So with that said, guys, anything else that you want to say? I'm going to go ahead and send us out.
Thank y'all so much. God bless y'all and stay safe in this weather. There's a storm.
Thank you for coming on.
100.
Apocalypse.
We'll catch you guys later. Thanks for joining us. It's already starting to go now, but we'll catch you guys again soon. So see you later.
Bye, guys.
How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling long-winded.
That was something, y'all.
She's so cool.
Thank
She's
you
so cool.
to the almost, it was like 500 of y'all in here at one point, man. So to God be the glory for that. I'm glad that you all were able to see it.
Yeah.
Thanks to those that was chatting along and whatnot. I mean, we did have to do a little spring cleaning, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. I guess I've been doing that a lot more on the channel as well. Just people got 1 or 2 times to say something on the channel now at this point. They come talking crazy. It's like, okay, time for you to go. But anyway,
time for some action.
Yeah, man.
Time for some
you
action.
are welcome, everybody. You're welcome. Good night. Yes, I got to get up early in the morning as well. So yeah, I probably should let y'all go.
I'm already up early in the morning. It's 10 o'clock. It's time to get back into bed. I've been down here since 2 o'clock. Golly. Hey, check this out. Shout out to all my enders. If you are trying to start a YouTube channel, if you want to change your life, I have a system that I'm building that's incredible, man. And it just so happens that the system that I'm using is what I know, YouTube. But one of the things, I call it growth formula, because I didn't even know that exists. I said, man, growth formula. It's universal laws, man. If you follow these 3 universal laws in anything you do, the sky's the limit. So y'all take it light. Look at my comment section. I mean, look in the descriptions and everything. Or leave a comment saying that you would like to. I put together 4 amazing videos, man, that you can sign up for free, 100% free. If you're interested in changing your life, if you're interested in learning what you see millions of people online doing, just like her, God, sex, and love. I don't know what that means, but hey, she can break it down for you because it means something to her, right? So, long story short, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to start a business, if you have something, you got to change your life, man. Working a job now these days ain't the answer. Why? Because the robots are coming. AI is coming, the robots, online workers is all over the world, man, and they taking over the jobs, man. In 10 years, man, you gonna wish you did. That's all I gotta say. But leave me a comment or check the links below to sign up for the 4 free videos that will let you know how this thing all works. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Shh. Peace out.